Dear friends, the theme is letting go of those we love. Letting go of the very people that have inspired us to greatness, or have they? Learning to let go isn't something that you can achieve on a weekend course, a diploma or a degree course. Learning to let go of the people you love who no longer serve your highest good, who may have an agenda to control your heart, is a heart response from the divine within you to learn to let go and allow God be. But first I would like to read to you a reflection from Sister Stan Gardening the Soul. As we enter the winter, we come to the Sabbath time, the Sabbath of the year when nature rests. In our anxiety to go places and do things in our busy lives, we miss things in the world about us and lose opportunities for grace. A sense of Sabbath, a commitment to taking time and space out of our busy lives and giving it to the sacred, can restore our openness to grace and make us alive to the miracles around us. So learning to let go can only come from what Meister Eckhart says. There is nothing so much like God in all the universe as silence. And it is in that place of silence that our heart is inspired to retreat from the hustle and bustle of a world that finds it very difficult to comprehend the meaning of silence. And engaging with the heart, we allow the heart become confused. It becomes complicated because the heart is stifled to love. The heart is stifled and unable to breathe because the mindset, a mind that seeks to be loved, to control and destroy. But the heart learning to love is a heart that knows when to let go and move on. But here she says, dying leaves can make us forget the joy they gave us when they were fresh and green. Everyone by now knows the metaphor of roots and wings. We give our children roots so that they know who they are and have a sense of their own uniqueness and their place in the world, and we give them wings so that they can take responsibility for their own lives, for their emotions, their attitudes, and for their contribution to society. We all need both roots and wings, isn't that true? But our life may be a continuous struggle between our roots and our wings. Our desire to stay put and be productive and grow, and our desire to dream of other possibilities and fly off to achieve that dream. In resolving that struggle, we can become more rooted and more free to move out. And Macrina Wiedeker says, when you love someone, you have to let them go. It is the only way to keep them. What she's saying, if you love someone so much, you have to learn to let them go. Well, I'm speaking to you from my heart. And when I embraced my heart in 2007 to face my own fears, I realized in that place that I'd allowed certain people into my life, not just as a passing moment or friendship, but I'd allowed people in my life for years who fed that neediness within me. But that neediness did not make me happy. It made me sad. I'd surrounded myself with people that I thought were my friends, but they weren't my friends, because they only had one intention, and that was to use me and abuse me, and I allowed it. But today, having embraced a simple life as an independent, cloistered Franciscan monk, I embrace the Celtic Franciscan spirituality of a life that has a purpose and a meaning. And in that relationship with my God, I've become aware more than ever that in this relationship there can be no room for hangers-on. There can be no room for those who drain you and who use and abuse you. And it's a relationship that empowers you to take back your power so that you can become focused in that love relationship with your God. And a part of that journey has been to face reality. I guess the relationship with my heart, my soul, and the divine, the gateway to God, has allowed me to reflect on my own happiness. And in that reflection, I've come to realize that the people I loved didn't really love me. So I had to choose to let go even of my own family. And that might sound full of self, but it was true. Because I come from a dysfunctional family where the meaning of love was more about abuse, control, than a selfless demonstration of true love. And I guess it goes back to my parents and their parents. So it was a hereditary thing. But one has to take responsibility and nip that in the bud. And having a relationship with God as a monastic can appear to some in the outside world as being a totally selfish relationship. Well, I guess it is, because we discover in silence who our true love is. And that true love asks of our heart to set it free, so that we can love more, so that we can walk alongside God's children as a prayer partner of peace. But there will be times in our journey when others will come into our life, and they will come and they will try to control us. We see it in community, where one tries to monopolize your attention at the expense of hurting others. There can be no monopolizing, no controlling, and no discarding. One has to be true to one's heart. One has to learn to let go. And true love, unconditional, selfless love, demands that we let go of those who no longer serve our highest good. And that might sound really crazy talk, but it's truth. And I found that by pruning in my own life and letting go of those who really didn't understand my gift to their heart, But my gift was one of freedom and selfless love. But they couldn't hack it because they wanted to control my heart and my love. And as you know, that can never be. So real love is about learning to let go and allow God be the perfect love.